Hey, welcome back to You Monster Gaming. This time we're going to talk about what do you actually do in this game? Like, what kind of things can you do to progress in the game? So, like I mentioned before, there's a lot of stuff on the screen, so um, it's kind of nice to break it down a little bit. So, if you look on the top left here under You Monster, you'll see three different chests. So the first one is what is it called? I think it's like monsters, I think. That would be playing the map. So I'm going to click on the map here on the bottom left. And this is the map of all the different lands that you need to conquer and explore. I kind of see it almost like different levels in the game. And you basically start on level 1 and then kind of work your way up. So on level 1, there would be, a bunch of characters here. And you would fight each one. Usually it's in 3 to 4 phases. Um, and you fight smaller minions. So I'll click the second one here. Those are the enemies there that you would fight. This is the loot that you would get. And on top of that, you would also gain experience points, and that depends on how successful you are in the stage. So, so that's one thing there. So, see how it says 2 hours and 39 minutes. So you do get a chest there, uh, depending on how many monsters stages you win. Once you get to a certain amount, usually it's after you kill about 30 or 40 monsters, you can win a chest, and then the chest resets itself. So it's not ongoing. You can't just keep doing levels and levels and levels and winning chests. There is a wait period. I think it's about 4 or 5 hours. Um, where I am now, that could change. Heroes is right underneath that, and that one you have to do 40 heroes. And that one, you go, let's go back to the base here. That's the button right above here where it says raids. That's basically PvP when you're playing against other players. You choose the lineup that you want to use, and then you click find opponent, and you try to find an opponent that's very similar to you. Um, so you would look at your team power and then your level, and it also shows your watchtower, how much food and iron you have there. Because if you lose, you do have a chance of losing some of that as well. The other thing is you can reshuffle your opponent, so you can find an opponent that's a little bit closer to you. Because sometimes they do match you up with somebody much stronger, and obviously you want to have a fair fight. So it does cost food to do that. So every time you reset it and try to find a different person to play against, it is going to cost you food. So raids are fun too because they let you rank yourself with these little gold cups here. You start with the entry level, and then once you get over 600, you go to the silver leaderboard. Then you go up to gold, and then you can go up to platinum, and then diamond. Um, some players prefer doing the raids, and they'll pay. I mean, not pay. Sorry, they will play to get as many um, points as possible there and get ranked as high as they can, which is nice. And that one you'll get a chest as well. The third one is Titans, and that one you need to be in a alliance. So a Titan will pop up on the map. I believe there's one every single day or every other day. Uh, Actually, I think it is every day. And you have a shot at having your whole alliance go after it, because a lot of times it's over 100,000 hit points. You're going to need everybody's help to try to take one out. And the percentage of damage that you deal the Titan, there's different tiers, also correlates to the prize that you get. In addition, though, this one here says 5. So if once you reach 5 Titans that you helped to defeat, you will get a chest there. I haven't received a chest yet, but I'm sure your winnings are pretty nice. So those are 3 different areas there. Now, if you go down to the bottom of the screen down here on the left, you'll see quests. And these ones, most of the time I've seen, they are about anywhere from a 12 to 24 hour period. I believe there are others that are longer. So these two here, find battle items, scavenge resources, are both completed. But there are some, like this one I've already cleared. Let me click the other one. Basically, it's just little quests. They do give you experience points, but they also give you specific rewards, which is really nice. So if you know you're looking for more food or iron or some sort of gems or resources or something, they're good to check into every day and see if there's one that might suit you well, that something that you need, which is really nice. And those kind of rotate, like I said, on a daily basis. And there was another day where there were 4 on there during the holidays, which is nice. So there's more than enough creatures to go after. Your missions here in the bottom are basically different missions that you want to complete that will give you completion bonuses. So a lot of them you're going to be working on regardless, and then once you achieve them, they'll be on here. But that could be another focus, is going through the list of missions and trying to see what you can do. So, this one I'm pretty close to doing. The upgrade iron storage. Upgrade 1 to level 10 would give me 5 of the blue gems, which is really cool. So all the way on the top, you're going to see the 3 things. This is where I'm going to kind of wrap it up, but the first one here is world energy, and that is required for world battles. So that's anything in that map that we were looking at with the monsters, the levels, the different stages. That's what you're going to need for that. Now, usually when you do one of those battles, it's going to cost either 3 or 4 world energy at a time. So they do run out, but they reset themselves. So if you run through a bunch of levels and then you run out, give it another hour, a couple hours, and most of that will be regenerated and you can fight again. The second one here is your raid energy, and that one is when you're doing the player versus player. And those only cost, I believe those only cost 1. Ugh, I could be wrong on that. Let me check here. I believe those only cost 1. It's either 1 or 2. So it's probably 1, because I think I fought 6 guys back to back once. So that's that one, and that regenerates as well. The third one is the Titan energy. That's when you're fighting the Titan. Those will regenerate as well. The Titans do stick around for just about 24 hours, if not a little bit less. So if you regenerate that, you can get a couple extra attacks in there. So all 3 of these are flags that you can win by playing different missions or win them in different chests and things like that. So, there are times where you could have extra flags. I'm going to hit the menu down here on the bottom right and then go to inventory, and I'll go to general. You can win these little flasks that will replenish those flags. Oh, cool. So I have 6 of these world energy flasks. So there are going to be some times where maybe you have a ton of missions that you want to do because you want to get more experience points. You can use that little flask to regenerate those flags. So that's one thing that some people comment on, is that, I ran out of all my flags for raiding and for the map. Now what do? What I would recommend is probably work on other things here in your town, and we can talk about that in a future episode. But most of the time, you're going to have plenty of things to do. Because even if these chests up here on the left are all spent and you're waiting for them to regenerate, that should not stop you from going out and doing PvP or doing world battles. So, and I didn't touch upon the Alliance all that much. I will do a different video on that, but that's where the Titan would be if you're fighting against one. This is the war page where you could fight a whole war, like a whole alliance versus a whole other alliance. They have things like that. So I would say that you do get rewarded for playing often. You'll have the opportunity to get chests. You'll have more opportunity to get more loot. and you'll have more opportunity to see what quests pop up. You know, if you don't play for a week, you'll probably miss a good 10 to 15 quests, and maybe there's something in there that could have been useful. So that is one thing that I really like about this game, is that there's always a quest or a mission or a player versus player or a dragon or something. There's always something to do, and it does refresh itself pretty regularly. So it's always fresh. There's always different stuff, and we'll do a different video on the themed events and the seasonal events and things like that that make it even more interesting. So thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next video.